Finding the best realtor should not feel like you just lost your nephew in a crowded mall and you are turning over every single stone to relocate them. But that's what it feels like. Today's video is designed to save you a ton of effort and energy. It's all about how to choose the best realtor for you and avoid being like the 36% of home buyers who are dissatisfied with their home purchase. And you're gonna wanna hang around to the end because I am even going to recommend 3 other realtors who service the same area I do of Surrey BC that if I didn't sell real estate, I would trust with my own business.
What?
Who does that on their own channel, right? This video is all about giving value back to you. So let's get into it. My name is Darren, a realtor in Surrey, BC, and the team leader with the German Group. This channel is dedicated to providing expert tips, market insights, and real estate advice to home buyers and home sellers, or even just generally homeowners, to help them all make informed decisions. If you find the information in today's video valuable, consider subscribing to our channel to make sure you are on the front lines of everything you need to know to help find better success with whatever your real estate endeavors may be. I want to tell you a story about Brandy and Matthias, and I've changed the names to protect the innocent, but Brandy and Matthias, we met with them relatively recently at our office in South Surrey. They were looking to buy a home. This was actually the second time that they have looked to buy a home, but they had had an absolutely horrific experience prior to meeting us. As first-time home buyers in the city of Victoria on Vancouver Island, they had bought a condominium, an older condominium that was absolutely riddled with problems. Problems that ended up costing them thousands and thousands of dollars in their hard-earned equity, to the point that not only did they decide to sell their property shortly after buying it, but even with the huge boom in real estate prices in the last few years, they barely got out breaking even. As they described the situation of buying in this complex, my business partner Adam and I were listening to this story and just automatically started identifying all the red flags that should have been going off like firecrackers. Not everyone has a rosy experience when they buy a home, and not everyone has a rosy experience when they sell a home, unfortunately. Just Google real estate horror stories and you will get some that blow your mind. You're in luck because I'm here to help you identify how to find the absolute best realtor for your specific scenario, and I'm going to debug some of the things that maybe you think are important about locating the best realtor for your needs. We're going to cover the things that you should consider when choosing a realtor, and the 7 that I've identified are area expert, situational expert, the price they charge, their reputation, the results they produce, the compatibility, and the relational aspect. We're going to address these in order of importance, and we're going to buzz through the ones that really shouldn't be that big of a consideration right up front. It really, really matters who you choose to represent you when you buy or sell a home, so you want to get this right. So much so that if you are someone that's looking to buy a home and you're buying outside of the areas that me and my team service of Surrey BC, I've left a link below for our BC Home Buyers course. This applies to anyone in British Columbia with over 3 hours of training and resources on how to do it properly, regardless of where you are located in British Columbia. We normally charge $89 for this course, but for the watchers of our YouTube channel, right now you can get it at the link below for free. So check it out if you think it makes sense. So let's break these down, starting with price. You know the answer to this one. Do you really want to pick someone to help you buy or sell your most valuable asset because you can get a discount on their services? Hey, look, people can charge whatever they want to help you buy or sell a home. There's no problem in that. There is just so many bigger and more important ways to choose a real estate professional than what they charge. That's not to say that price doesn't matter, but the idea of saving $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on either selling or buying a home, when in my marketplace on average to buy a townhome is in and around $800,000, is absolutely insane to me. But if that's important to you, to each their own, and pick if you think that's important. The second on the list is compatibility. Again, are you gonna pick someone because they're nice to you, you get along well with them, It's not to say that that's not important, but there's so many other really good reasons why you should pick someone to represent the purchase or the sale of your most valuable asset, other than whether they make you laugh or they're friendly to you. Again, it's not to say that stuff's not important. Maybe there's a particular communication style that you're really looking for, but the compatibility piece, I don't know. I don't know if that's a very important one. This also ties into the relational piece as well. I'm in an industry where everyone's got a brother or a sister or an aunt or a cousin that sells real estate. And hey, you want to support your family members. You want to support your best friend. You want to support your coworker that's got their real estate license that maybe is having a tough time getting a buyer to buy or having a home to sell. I completely get it. I was there years ago at the start of my career as well. Is this really the best way for you to pick someone who's going to help you buy or sell your most valuable asset? Maybe it is, but for me, I don't think that's something that should really cross your mind. Certainly, it's a nice addition to somebody who's got the skills and some of the things and qualities that we're going to talk about shortly, but that would not be the reason why I pick somebody to work with. The fourth on our list is situational, and this is where it starts to make a little more sense when you really begin to research who you hire. And there's many examples of where you would require a specialist for certain situations, and not all real estate professionals are specialists in other areas, or not in other areas, in all areas. So let me give you an example of what areas you may want to consider having someone that's either a specialist or someone that has considerable experience in that particular area or situation. This could include a probate sale, an estate sale, or a trustee sale. Those are all pretty complicated. It could also include the purchase of a foreclosure property. If you've considered buying or selling a recreational property, you certainly want a specialist for that as well, including if you're looking at doing any commercial deals. Realtors in British Columbia can sell both commercial and residential real estate, and there's no separate license nor specialty skills that you must have to be able to sell both residential and commercial. So be careful about that. Maybe you're looking at buying or selling a historical or heritage style property. Same with a ranch or a farm or a rural type property. A specialist or someone with great experience buying or selling a manufactured home, such as the type you would find in a trailer park. And you may even consider hiring a specialist or someone that has a lot of experience selling strata properties like a townhome or a condominium. So those are some of the things that you may consider getting someone who has great experience or is a specialist with. But there's also people that claim to be specialists in other areas that I would suggest really isn't a need for a specialty. It's rather generic, and you don't need to be a specialist in these areas to have somebody do a great job for you. Now, you could argue that there is buying specialists and selling specialists. As an example, our real estate team, the German group, has realtors that are specialized to helping people buy and realtors that are specialized to help people sell and create the marketing plans. So you could consider that maybe a little bit of a specialist rather than someone that's a jack of all trades, but most realtors do both. That is, help people buy and sell homes. There's really no need for a specialist in a divorce scenario. You hear many realtors claim to be specialists in working with seniors or when someone is downsizing. While they might have really great bedside manner and know how to deal with seniors a little bit more effectively, in terms of buying or selling the real estate, there's really nothing that is overly unique to the situation. This also includes being a first-time home buyer or a first-time home seller. For those of you looking to buy or sell an investment property, not to say that you don't need to know your numbers when buying an investment property or selling an investment property to properly structure and advertise that out to someone that may buy it. However, that's a lot of work that you should be doing as the investor on your own anyways. The actual mechanics of both buying and selling that home is not unique. Rounding up the list, we have waterfront properties, do not require a specialist. Relocation, meaning someone is moving into the community or out of the community. None on that list really require a specialist. The next thing you want to consider when you're choosing your realtor is what area do they service? And here's something a viewer of this video like yourself may or may not know. I am licensed in British Columbia. What this means is I can sell real estate in Surrey, I can sell real estate in Burnaby, in New Westminster, in Langley, in Vancouver. I can also sell real estate in Kelowna and Smithers and Cranbrook and all over the province. Now, here's a question for you as the viewer. Just because I can sell real estate all over the province of British Columbia, does that mean that I should? I'm going to wait while you think about this one, okay? So I'll just sit here. The answer is no. If I'm not an area expert, you should not be working with me to buy a home. Out-of-town agents are trouble, and here's the reason why. There is so many things to know when helping someone buy a property or sell a property. Anyone not familiar with the area they're selling in is really doing a disservice to the person that they're helping. As an example, let's imagine you are a home buyer buying out of town, and even though I'm based in Surrey, I want to help you buy a home in rural BC, up in northern BC somewhere. Do I know everything I need to know about wells or septic tanks or what the local government restrictions and regulations may be? A great example of this is whether Airbnb is allowed in that area or not, which if you're curious about Airbnb and the big changes that just happened with it, you're going to want to check out this video here, which we'll link below. What about the water rights on the property? What about seasonal challenges, such as are they prone to wildfires or flooding in the area? There's also tax considerations to consider, as well as any infrastructure changes. This is things like, what if a major highway is being constructed near your property? What if there's no school availability for your family to attend the local elementary school? When you're buying a home and when you're selling a home, you want someone in your community who's able to service and understand that property to help you make the best decisions, period. Having a professional that services the area that you are in or wanting to buy in is absolutely critical. And this is going to bring us into our next on the list. It's the R word, and that word is reputation. Is reputation of the person that helps you buy or sell a home important? It absolutely should be. You can do your own research on this as well. You know, there's lots to find online about most realtors. You can see their Google reviews. Many people meet their realtor by getting word of mouth referrals. You certainly want to be cautious of anecdotal stories. However, this is a really great way to maybe see a friend or a family member who's had a great experience working with a local professional. Maybe they could help service your needs as well. So that's how a lot of people do it. There's lots of various rating sites out there to get reviews and see local real estate professionals in your area. However, I'm going to give you a caveat, and I really want you to take this for what it is. There is 1,000,001 real estate websites out there that will recommend realtors to you. This could be a search portal where you're looking to buy a home and off to the side there is a recommendation for the local area expert. This could be a website where it's got a list of the top real estate professionals in your community. There is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these type of websites. And the one thing that you as the consumer may or may not know, but you likely don't know, the agents on these websites that are being featured as the area specialist, the local specialist, the realtor that you should call, well, they pay to be there. They're not being suggested to you because there's an algorithm that thinks they're the absolute best fit for your specific needs. If you really think about it, your specific needs probably weren't even asked about. They're simply being advertised to you because they pay more than the person sitting below them to get you and your contact information as a lead. So be very careful with these websites unless you just really want to work with the person in real estate who's the highest bidder. This takes us to our last consideration when you're finding a real estate professional to represent you and how to find a good realtor near you. I think this is the most important one, and this is the one I'm most excited to share with you, and that's really, what results does that realtor produce for people in the same situation that you're in? Let me give you an example. If you're selling your home, the things that should be important to you is how long is your home going to sit on the market? And how long does that realtor's homes, when they sell, end up sitting on the market on average? Furthermore, we're in a challenging market at the time of filming this video. And as a consumer, I would be curious, well, what is the percentage of homes that that real estate professional lists for sale that actually sell? You don't want to be just another home listed for sale. You're selling your home because you want to get it sold. And if you've got a 40% chance of selling your home, based on the track record of who you hire, you want to know that. I would also be very interested in what is their average sale price versus their asking price percentage. What I mean by this is if they're selling a home for $1 million, how close to that $1 million are they actually achieving for the homes that they sell? We're talking about protecting your equity and getting as high of an offer and as high as an accepted sale price as possible. When you're selling your home, this is something you deserve to know. And furthermore, you want to know how many homes that realtor has sold in the last year. To put a little bit of a spin on this, across Canada, the average realtor last year sold between 3 and 4 homes. Imagine that you're going to the doctor to get major surgery and that doctor only performs that surgery once every 3 to 4 months. If that was me, I might be looking for a doctor that does it a little more frequently. When you're selling your home, the marketing is also important as well, but the marketing is only important if it produces the results you're looking for. So don't get carried away by all these razzle-dazzle marketing plans. The question is really, do they work? When you're buying a home, there's similar questions that are results-based that you're going to want to know as well. Very similar to when you're selling, when that realtor helps a home buyer buy a home, how much are they negotiating off of the asking price? What type of service should you expect during the transaction as well as after the transaction? Again, an important question is how many homes did they sell last year? How many buyers did they help put into properties? Not only does this help ensure that you get a real estate professional that has a lot of experience helping people buy homes, but also that they have a lot of experience not only negotiating, but researching those homes to make sure that you, the home buyer, are making an incredible decision. These are the types of things that people really should be paying attention to when they're looking for the best realtor, a good realtor to help represent their needs. At the German Group, we think this is so incredibly important. We actually produce the results that we do on a year-over-year basis right on the homepage of our website for everybody to see. There is so much to consider when you're looking for a real estate professional, and it depends on whether you're buying or selling a home. However, I hope your takeaway from this video is to give different weight to some of the things that most people would consider when they're hiring an agent. When you're buying, this is one of the biggest investments and biggest purchases you will ever make in your lifetime. And if you're someone that's selling, you're likely selling your most valuable asset. You want someone who's going to help protect your hard-earned equity and someone who's going to help you get the job done. I would love to know what you think. I would love for you to leave in the comments below if I've missed anything or if there's anything that you think people should consider when they're hiring a real estate professional to either sell their home or buy a home. You also may be wondering, who's the best realtor in Surrey, BC? Can I give you a shameless plug and say the German Group? I guess in the end, it really depends on who and what you consider being a top realtor is. The German Group is certainly at the top of the list for many of the attributes that you're going to be looking for when you hire a real estate professional. And if we're not at the top of the list, we're working darn hard to be there one day. Anyways, you can check that all out on our website to see where we stand in competition compared to all the other realtors in the areas that we serve. And frankly, I think you'll be impressed. So who would I personally sell my house with? I promised you at the start of this video to provide you with some names of some local realtors that if I didn't sell real estate, that I would consider working with that actually sell real estate in my own community. If you want to check out those names, check out the description below where I've actually linked directly to their websites. You can check them out too. The goal of this video is all about helping you, the viewer, find the perfect real estate professional to represent your best interests. Who recommends other realtors on their own video, right? Well, anyways, this is about you, not me. Hey, look, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for leaving your comment, and I want to thank you for subscribing. We'll definitely look forward to bringing you more value on the next video. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon. Cheers.